Namibia is a beautiful country that sits in the southern part of Africa. The country has a breathtaking landscape that is dotted with glorious mountains, the Fish River Canyon, the gold grass plains of the Kalahari, and wildlife. The unique culture of the Himba was what brought Namibia into the limelight. The people of Himba, also known as Ovahimba tribe in the Kunene River in Northern Namibia, has an upheld culture that has defied Western influence and agitation. Although the Himba people engage cooperatively with neighbouring tribes, they live in seclusion and are wary of external contact. This is their way of resisting the contamination of their beliefs and cultures. Himba is one of the warmest tribes in Africa, and they are courteous to strangers and visitors alike. They, however, frown at anything that would threaten their cultural values and traditions. They are a semi-nomadic tribe whose existence centers on herding and breeding sheep, cattle, and goats. One peculiar thing about this tribe is that they do not bathe with water. This is mostly because of their harsh climate conditions. The Himba people live in one of the most extreme environments on earth, with a harsh desert climate and the unavailability of potable water. Members of the tribe are known for covering their bodies with urges, a mixture of butter fat and ochre, which gives their skin and plaited hair a reddish tinge. The main function of the outside is to protect their skin from the sun and insect bite. They are also guided by the belief that the color red signifies earth and blood. Rather than take their bath, the women take a smoke bath and apply aromatic resins on their skin. Traditionally, both men and women go topless and wear skirts or loincloths made of animal skins. The tribe are renowned for their unique adornment. Women of the tribe are bare-breasted and heavily decorated with symbolic jewelry. Modern clothes are scarce but generally go to the men when available. With a population of over 50,000, the women engage in the daily activity of milking their cows, taking care of the children and other extensive duty, while the men go hunting, living sometimes for an extended period. This nomad's wealth is determined by the number of cattle one has. The Ovahimba people are predominantly livestock farmers who bred fat-tailed sheep and goat, but count their wealth by the number of their cattle. They also grow and farm grain-fed crops such as maize and millet. Livestock are the major source of milk and meat for the Ovahimba. Their main diet is sour milk and maize porridge, but sometimes plain hard porridge only, due to milk and meat scarcity. Their diet is also supplemented by cornmeal, chicken eggs, wild herbs, and honey. Only occasionally are the livestock sold for cash. Non-farming businesses, wages and salaries, pensions, and other cash remittance make up a very small portion of the Ovahimba livelihood, which is gained chiefly from their work in observance, old age pensions, and drought relief aid from the government of Namibia. The Himba maintain their traditional beliefs, including ancestor worship and rituals concerning Okoruo, which means a sacred fire, which is considered an important link between the living and the dead. Each settlement has an Okoruo, which is always positioned between the entrance to the village and the door of the main dwelling. This is used to light all fires in the settlement, and the oldest member of the patricline must ensure that it kept smoldering and never goes out. Flames from the Okoruo are used for daily rituals and special ceremonies like birth, death, marriages, and circumcision, and it is through this medium that communication takes place with the ancestral spirit. The chief's is the only house which entrance faces the fire, and it is important for outsiders not to walk in the sacred area between his house and the fire. Over the years, the Himba has been almost wiped out by drought, famine, and warfare. However, since the 1990s, they have been resurgent. Aided by their leaders, they have maintained control of their lands and successfully blocked plans for a hydroelectric dam at Epupa that would have flooded their ancestral home. The Ovahimba are polygamous, with the average Himba man being a husband to 2 wives at the same time. They also practice early arranged marriages. The Himba girls are married off to male partners selected by their fathers once they attain puberty. The Guardian reports that when a visitor comes knocking, a man shows his approval and pleasure of seeing his guest by giving him the Okujepisa or Mukazedu treatment. This practice means that his wife is given to his guest to spend the night while the husband sleeps in another room. In a case where there is no room available, her husband will sleep outside. The sole purpose of this handed-down tradition is to reduce jealousy and foster relationships. The woman has little or no opinion in the decision-making. Submission to her husband's demands comes first. She has the option of refusing to sleep with him, but has to sleep in the same room as the guest. She is also entitled to give her friends to her husband when they visit, but this rarely happens. However, genetic testing was used in 2020 study of the semi-nomadic group near the Angola border. It showed that 48% of all children were conceived by a father outside of the marriage, and that more than 70% of the couple had at least one child from an extra-pair father. Furthermore, parents of both sexes could, with a reliability of 72 and 73%, tell which ones of their children were fathered by a man outside of the marriage. Although they are presented as being isolated from the modern world, in reality, many Himba people are now moving towards modernity. As the tribe is in transition, some aspects of their lifestyle are being left behind. New opportunities await those moving from the barren desert to towns.